All right, so we're back on the Case tractor here. We're gonna do some taping, masking, and see what we can get wrapped up. We're getting close. We just got this back bit to do. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time masking that up. We're just gonna try and keep some overspray off. All right, so we're gonna get some of this masking done, and just the weights and some hydraulic stuff at the back here. Let's just get it masked off, blown off. Mask that the light bar up there. All right, well, we mostly just have these outriggers here for the road lights. Get them taped up. And there was rust on top of the fenders here, so we gotta just put some color match on both the fenders. The other one way over there, over there. So yeah, then and she's all masked up. All right, I think I got everything taped that I want taped. I put a little more primer on the fenders because there was some sanding up there, and that's a high fill primer, so we'll be able to smooth that out. But I just got to sand a couple more spots. Hasn't been sanded. The pinky color red hasn't been sanded through yet, so I got to touch up a couple spots, a little bit here and and down here and behind the wheels a little bit. Oh yeah, and back between the two fenders. It's got to be sanded a little bit more. So I'm going to do that, and I think that's a wrap. Okay, we're working on the final part of this case tractor paint. So it's the final third. So we gotta give it a wipe down, and then we're ready to do some more spraying. So we got everything all sanded, all the touch-up paint on it. Oh, that was a terrible noise. I think we got it all wiped down. Okay. I'm going to mix up some paint and we'll get to spraying. Okay, we got that all set up now for a first coat of paint. And we'll get around it pretty quickly. Yeah, all right. All right, well, that's one coat on this back. It's certainly bright red. All right. Well, we'll give her some time to set up. We'll put another one on. All right, well, that is it. I hope it's good enough. I have a couple runs right where you can see them every time you walk by, so I'm gonna give this a few days to dry, and then I'm gonna buff those out. Yeah, just because you look at them all the time. You know they're there, and every time you walk by, you look at them. So, and they can be fixed, so why not fix them? All right, we'll have a peek at it, and it can be put together, untaped. Yeah, you might be able to spot a sagger or two, but there we are. We'll unwrap the thing and hard to get a good shot of it in here. There's so much stuff. But yeah, it's looking good. All right, that's it. All right, so here's the case. Mostly put back together after our paint project. Looks pretty good, yeah. Brian put it back together. I just sprayed it and helped out where I could, but yeah, he's got it back together. Oh, I saw the lenses inside there. He's cleaning them up. I think he might have put them in his dishwasher. But hey, whatever it takes. Yeah. Looks good. Yeah, right on. So there it is. That's pretty darn close to finished. Right on. Yeah, looks good even in the dark.